This is probably one of the most recommended books in physics. And I commented, both in academic environment and in school, for those who are taking college entrance exams, have other connections too, but this one is always there in the middle. The book in discuss is called Física Clássica Volume 1, and it is one of 3 books who composed a collection of teach basic physics, being written by Caio Sérgio Calçada and José Luiz Sampaio. The work stands out for being an easy book to read and well known in the academic environment, but you will see being used in some universities too. The book is organized in chapters, going from the first until the 2070. It follows a linear progression, so you will not feel lost in time to study by it. Now, talking about the target audience, I think in this point of review, it's already become abundantly clear the type of the audience the authors aim to achieve. You are not in college, or you who starting in college, or I don't know, you who just like physics and are searching for a review to pass the time and look through the basics become your memory is bad like mine, and you sometimes end up having to review the basics or initial concept. Talk about the form the book is structured in, it's very simple. All of the chapters are written in order to draw on the previous chapter. So if you learn the concepts about a topic, you will follow with less problems to learn. But if you are being through hardship in some parts, I recommend thinking very well before continuing for a new topic. In the chapters of the book, you will find every type of thing, theoric parts, exercise, examples, and so it goes. One of the parts I most like in the exercise is the feeling the book gives you. If it takes your hand to teach you how to do some exercise, it gives you resolved examples, and right after that gives you a situation to try to replicate. It's like your dad taking your hand and teaching you how to change a light bulb. Still talking about the exercise, it follows the classic form of starting by the easiest, after medium, and the last you resolve the hardest exercise. Talking about the didactic, it is an accessible language, or at least you don't feel difficult to understand. Sincerely, I have an affection for this book, not just because it is one of my first books in my journey, but because I love physics in general. So I know that my opinion is some way biased. It's worth mentioning that there were indeed difficulties in this book, but there were also many things that worked well for me, such as progression in the content and exercise, which make you feel some difficulties, but also feel you are evolving. About the difficulties, what stood out the most were the final exercise, in which the book used complex tests. But in general, I don't think it requires a lot of students, primarily in math parts, in which it does require integral calculus, just basic math. The strong points about the book I highlighted for me are the question and the organization, but I can also mention the variety of the questions which are mentioned by me in this review. Besides, the book is not dense, but nobody is perfect, so I can mention some points that bother me to be fair. And the principal is the repetition of the questions. Before I do 100% of the tests by chapter, after I start to filter that, I realize that I often end up asking the same questions with different values, which end up being extremely exhausting if you ask 70 questions per chapter, which of the many people is not a problem, but for me, this would be a little short. This is so true that today I don't ask all questions per chapter, just the question that I feel will be useful for me or more relevant. Anyway, in general, it is a good book. With me, have an easy 9. And if you like this video, I intended to bring a lot of videos review of books, math, chemistry, physics, etc. So if you want more videos like that, please subscribe to the channel.